It's the Flex Zone Podcast, episode 356. Keeping it consistent each and every week for you here on the Flex Zone Podcast. Only place giving you your sports how you want it when you need it. Another episode and another illustrious guest joining us again here tonight. You already know his name, but we're going to tell you anyway shortly as he blesses the Flex Zone Podcast as we get ready for another Baltimore Ravens season. But a lot of news to talk about. Lamar Jackson, the Ravens preseason, and what does the 2022 season have in store for the Ravens as they seek another Lombardi trophy. The gang's all here. Got Dre, got Crevonte, and got Big Raj. It's the Flex Zone Podcast. Hit that like button, hit that bell, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate you as we get ready for another episode. That's right. More anticipated, more exciting, and more overall dysfunctional, Crevonte, than the first day of school back here throughout the country and, of course, in the state of Maryland and Baltimore City and throughout. It's the Flex Zone Podcast, fellas. Episode 356. Only place giving you sports how you want it.
When you need it.
What you need right now is another brand new episode, and it gets no better than the guest we have today, blessing us with his presence after a busy day of news as well out of the castle. But y'all know who I am, God's favorite host. Can't do this show alone. Starting things off, Big Raj, social media producer. What's going on, my brother?
What's going on, everybody? This is your boy, Big Raj, in the building. Can't wait to talk to a guest that we love talking to, man. My man in Ravens in the building. A lot of Ravens news. Can't wait to see what he says about this stuff about Lamar again.
Let the people know how to keep up with his brother as they file into the venue.
Please hit that. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like, hit the subscribe button. We talk Ravens, we talk Orioles, we talk damn near just about everything on this channel. So if you're new to the program, hit that like, hit that subscribe. We got a lot of content coming.
We will be live almost every day this week, but we'll get to that a little later. Crevonte, Bay, captain of the Goofy Ship, the Commander Lorian himself, captain of the Goofy Ship, and the professor, because he's dealing with the children.
I do what I can, man. I do what I can with what I got, man. Y'all already know what it is. Monday evenings, great guests, family at this point. Football season's gearing up, and I'm excited to hear what he has to say because things are cooking in Owens Mills, Baltimore area, man, and I can't wait to see it unfold. And of course, there's goofiness going on in DC, so nothing new.
Last but not least, it is the Flex on my side, the head of the Florida Sports Podcast table. It is the professor, the doctor, LaAndre Melton, Le Champion, the man who needs to be Lamar's agent, because boy, would he have a contract already. Mr. 25-8 himself, the man more phenomenal than AJ Styles, the A-lister, the pride of the East Side, savior misbehavior, the Dominican head of the table as well. And telling him Wagwan because he's all over. Mr. International Dre, what's going on, my brother? Hope you had a good weekend.
Wagwan. What's good, Black Zone family out there, man? Appreciate y'all for joining in as always. And extended happy birthday to our brother D as well.
Big shout out to D. Happy birthday to you wherever you may be. But without further ado, we do nothing but illustrious guests here on the Flex Zone Podcast. And we bring you the hottest sports content. And with that, bring you the hottest Ravens YouTuber in the country, in the world. You know him as Engraven Vids. Make sure you follow him at Engraven Vids. And it's funny that this is his third time joining us because the Ravens are in search of their third Lombardi trophy. I hope he likes what I did there. Hopefully that's some good vibes as he joins us as we get ready for a fun season. And Engraven will tell you all about it and more. Give it up for him. You know him. You love him. Once again, joining the Flex Zone. It's the brother himself, Engraven Vids. Team, keep it clean.
Hey, I appreciate y'all, man. That's some wordplay right there, though. Ravens going for the third Super Bowl. This is the third time we linking up, so Yeah, I like that one, man. And shout out to my guy who's talking about, it's a lot going on, the Owens Mills, but then a lot of goofiness going on up the road from them. So yeah, that's usually how it goes, but
That's
it is what it
usually
is.
how it goes.
First of all, Greg, we've got to ask you, how's everything? How's the family? We know school starting. You putting out videos every 5 seconds. I don't know if you ever sleep, my brother.
No, everything is good, man. I can't complain at all. It's stuff is just busy. But I'd much rather that than for it to be slow. So yeah, no complaints on my end. Very just grateful for y'all providing this opportunity to come on y'all's show. Grateful for just people that support, because support is something that people choose to do. It's not something that anybody has to do. Nobody has to support you. Nobody is obligated to support you. But the fact that people do it, that says a lot. So shout out to all the supporters, man.
Hey, let's get straight into it. I'm gonna let the panel go ahead first, my brother. And again, follow him at Engraving Vids. I see people tuning in. Yes, we got Engraving on with us. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the bell. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and follow him at Engraving Vids. And Raj, I'll let you start off, my brother, because I know you want to get into this whole Lamar Jackson situation.
Yeah, man. This my cousin hit me up earlier today, man. He was like, "Oh my God, it's happening. He might be going to Miami. He might be going to Miami." I'm like, hold your brakes, hold your brakes. We got my man Engraving coming on tonight, and I know you have the scoop on what's going on with this Twitter thing. Him talking to the fans and saying, that they didn't offer me $250 million just yet. I know it's all a ploy. To me, I know it's all a ploy, and I know exactly what he's doing. But what are your thoughts?
Oh man, first off, he said that they didn't offer him $250 million guaranteed. And he did clear that up because the fan was like, oh, they offered him that already. But what if they offered him 15 million guaranteed more? And I know some of y'all think like, man, what they got to do with anything? But real quick, while we talking about 15 more, right now, while y'all watching this, Flex Zone is at 985 subscribers. So 15 people, just click the subscribe button. I mean, y'all already watching, y'all already showing support. Let's help get them to 1,000 subscribers tonight so we can see that 1K next to their name. So y'all make sure y'all make that happen. But anyway, back to Lamar. Yeah, no problem, man. But back to Lamar. He's a businessman. He's a businessman. Like people, so many people have continued to doubt the fact that he knows business, but he knows business. He knows his leverage. He knows his power. He knows the weight that his name and everything that he does holds. He knows who he is. And that's not even in no like cocky or arrogant way or anything like that, but he knows his worth and he ain't going to settle. He's not going to settle. With him, all the stuff on Twitter today was really interesting because it was just a lot of the conversations that Ravens fans and media and just everybody has been having surrounding the Lamar Jackson contract situation. I like how he and he kept it short and sweet. How there was one fan that said, "Oh yeah, I love Lamar, but," and whenever you hear somebody say something like that, whenever they start off like that, you already know what's about to come afterwards. But he said that he loved Lamar, but he just wouldn't give him all that guaranteed money. And he wrote this long paragraph, and Lamar just replied, "So you don't love Lamar?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, well, that's pretty straightforward." And I think where a lot of fans are getting stuff twisted at, people I keep hearing, "Oh, Lamar should take a team-friendly deal." Keep hearing, "Oh, if Lamar takes all this money, then the Ravens are not going to be able to build around him." Both of those are false. If a team really wants to build around you, they will do it. You've seen what the Ravens have done, or really a lack of what they've done the past 4 years with Lamar Jackson. So what's him making a bunch of money going to change? If they ain't really went in for him like that before, what's going to change now? But even with that, I think it's important in business. If you're an employee for a company, it's important that you really know your worth and understand your worth. And a good way to look at it, and especially in Lamar Jackson's case, you got to look at it in increments of time. So with him, this is his 5th year, so we obviously can't count that yet. But think about the 4 years that he's been here and the 4 years before he got here. How were the Ravens? And you think, and when you compare both of those 4-year increments, you got to ask the questions. All right, when in the 4 years that I wasn't here, how was the business doing? Were they successful? Were they making a lot of money? Were they winning? Was the company doing a great job before I got there? And then once you got there, you do the 4-year increments since he's been here for 4 years. All right, after I got here, how did the company do? Did they do better than they were doing before, or did they do worse? Am I somebody who's an asset to the company, or am I a liability? And with Lamar Jackson, it's the obvious answer that he's even more than an asset to the company. And the Ravens have thrived with him there. And we've seen when he's not there, it don't look so good. So the guaranteed money shouldn't even be a question at this point, in my opinion. Lamar definitely deserves to be paid. And now with him, he knows that everybody is watching everything that he does so closely. So with him liking the picture of him in a Dolphins uniform, and then him even saying, "Hey, I grew up in Dallas, but I was a Dolphins with my second team." He knows what he's doing, man. And I ain't mad at him. I put that pressure on the company, because this company, which is the Ravens, obviously, they know, fans know how important Lamar Jackson is to the success of the Baltimore Ravens. And it's important that the Ravens know how valuable Lamar Jackson is to their success. But it's important that he get paid for it too. He's a quarterback. He's getting ready to make a lot of money. So it's time for Ravens to cough up that bread, man. They got it, but it's just a matter of, are they willing to do it, especially with high guarantees too. That part, I don't know about that. I don't know if the Ravens are really willing to do that, especially with high guaranteed money. Like if it was a high average per year loan and they could like finagle it a little bit and like mess with it and whatnot, okay, I think they would do that. But I think the guarantees, if it's high guaranteed money, I think that would make them a little scared. Because Ravens don't really do that. They don't really give, like, they give a lot of guaranteed money on contracts, but fully guaranteed or mostly guaranteed, they don't really be doing it like that.
Yeah. In an earlier video, I was saying that this is unprecedented for the Ravens to do as far as being in this position, because they've never had a quarterback to the caliber of Lamar Jackson. And in an earlier video, I heard you saying that if it gets to the franchise tag, you think it's going to get ugly. Do you think that it will get to the franchise tag, or they'll secure a deal beforehand?
Real quick, before I answer your question, shout out to y'all, because a couple minutes ago, they were sitting at 985 subscribers. Now they're sitting at 994. So we 6 away from 1K. So 6 more people just hit that subscribe button so we could hit 1K tonight live, and then we could celebrate it. But anyway,
Thank you.
Yeah, ain't nothing, man. I hope it doesn't get there. So something's got to give over these next couple of weeks for it not to get there, because Lamar said, "Hey, once it comes time to the season, I'm cutting it off. That's it. We're not talking no more." Now, I think the only way that could change was if the Ravens like came to him with an offer and was like, "Hey, Lamar, we know it's past week 1 or whatnot. We into the season, but all right, this is gonna be the last offer that we give you, and then we'll just wait it out." But it would have to be something where it just blew him out the water, and it was like a deal that he looked at and was like, "Whoa, y'all coming like this?" That would be the only way that I think something would change. But if not, then yeah, I think it could head to the franchise tag, and that's when I think stuff could really get scary. Because I know a lot of Ravens fans scared now. Like everything that Lamar tweets or likes or retweets that could even make you think like it got something to do with the Ravens, it got a lot of people like shook. And I can understand why, because that shows just how important Lamar Jackson is to the Ravens. Like, people know. So I do think if it gets there, then it will not be a good ending. Like, it's possible that it could, of course, they could come to an agreement, even if they put him on a franchise tag. But I just don't. I think that'll almost be like a slap in his face if they reach the franchise tag.
Go ahead,
It says
Crevonte.
breaking news. It says we hit that 1K. So
snap!
Appreciate that, everybody.
Hey,
Thank
I
you.
see it. There we go.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate y'all. Raven for life.
We
Thank you for the
appreciate y'all.
love. Yes, we appreciate everybody. Everybody in the
Thank
chat, we
y'all.
appreciate you. Mark, I see you. Joshua, Jacob, everybody, appreciate y'all. Thank you. Go ahead, Crevonte.
Word. Big ups, y'all.
Yes,
Appreciate
much love
that.
to everybody.
All the love,
Much love.
all the help.
Hey, a
This is
lot
big
coming real soon to the channel that y'all gonna see each and every week
Word.
with football season. We'll be live almost every day, but go ahead, Crevonte.
Listen, man, I I alluded to it, and we'll get into it a little bit later. But listen, if you want to know what not to do, look at the Washington team. we know all about tagging people, not paying folks, making it get ugly, causing a ruckus and causing a circus. So this is a little bit outside of the realm for the Ravens, but again, to Dre's point, never had really nobody at the caliber that played quarterback. So this is a different chess match that's being played. But listen, no tags, because this is just going to end up being a distraction going into this year. And the Ravens don't do distractions, at least, from what in my lifetime, the Ravens have never really been a part of many distractions. We had the Ray Lewis thing some time ago, but there was no real distractions. Them Commanders down the way, oh yeah, we do all that. We do all that. You know what I'm saying? So, Engraven, I just want you to reiterate why it is very, very, very important for them not to go to. It's either nothing. It's either sign or let it ride. At this point.
I mean, yeah, you like you mentioned, Kirk Cousins. We saw what happened with that, and more recently, Brandon Sheriff. We saw what happened with him. So yeah, Ravens and they've had players that they franchise tagged before. Some that they end up re-signing, and some they end up not re-signing. But a franchise tag, it's a prove it deal. Franchise tag is a prove it deal for a player that you couldn't come to terms with on an agreement. You're not 100% sold on him. And you're like, all right, we're going to franchise tag you so we have more time to come to an agreement and we really get to really see your worth. Prove it to us. And it's like, what is Lamar? What else does he have to prove? It seems like it's crazy because with Lamar, and it's not even just with the whole contract thing, but with Lamar Jackson in general, it's like a lot of quarterbacks, they get to be on this level of what they have to prove. But for Lamar, he got to go through this and all that and up here and down there and all around. He got to do all this extra stuff just to prove that he belongs. And a lot of stuff is it's ridiculous, man. Ravens have a big opportunity here to show if they really do believe in Lamar Jackson like that. Now, last time we was on here, we talked about the same thing. I don't believe that they fully believe in Lamar Jackson. And we stated the reasons why, but just because of how they've moved over the years. And how they even continue to move even this year too. But as far as the contract, I'm just hoping, man. I'm really hoping that this thing gets done. But at the same time, just in my opinion, with them not fully believing in Lamar Jackson like that, I don't know, man. I'm not the most confident that it gets done. It's like I've been sort of back and forth on this thing. I remember before this offseason, I was thinking, all right, yeah, this thing, it's not getting done. It's not going to get done this offseason. But then they had a couple of pressers, and then Lamar spoke, and you could just tell that the negotiation was being done. So then that had me thinking, okay, well, yeah, hey, maybe this thing might actually get done this offseason. And now it's just like, I don't even know. I have no clue what's going to go down. And really nobody on the outside does, really. The only people that know exactly what's going on is obviously Lamar Jackson and his people, and then the Ravens. And both of them really keep it quiet. There's little stories and rumors that get dropped here and there, but overall, both of them keep it pretty quiet. But it's when I think something to look out for, just as a fan, just so you can start to really see the signs. If both sides start talking out loud, then that wouldn't be a good thing.
Well, Engraven. Now, go ahead, Dre.
Oh, so with Lamar waiting, and there's a couple other quarterbacks coming up like Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert. We don't know about Baker Mayfield. That's a what if. But do you think that it's best that Lamar keeps waiting because he could reset the market for those guys coming up as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's like either way, if he waits, he's going to get paid. If he gets paid now, he's going to get paid, and it's going to be a whole lot of money. The thing with Lamar, like he's waited, and a lot of people they called him stupid for waiting. Oh man, he shouldn't have waited. Oh, he's not gonna. And look, he's waited, and he's in the position he's in now. He's getting ready to get paid a lot of money. Hopefully, it's from the Ravens, but we'll see. But if he waits even longer, like around Joe Burrow and Herbert and them, then yeah, he would just be. They would all just get paid together. But that would be just to me that would be disgusting though. If it took that long to pay Lamar, that would be absolutely disgusting, man. So I hope it doesn't get to that. Now, if you're talking about him having to wait that long, then that's where the franchise tag would be in play. And if he has to wait for the franchise tag, and then on top of that, a Joe Burrow got paid and a Justin Herbert got, that would not be a good look at all.
That'd be a big
yeah. So
because it could be like Dak Prescott ugly.
Yeah, and it took him a little while, but he did get his money. But it did take him a little while. But it's just like with Ravens, they don't really operate like that. You talked about distractions earlier. Now, while Ravens don't usually have normal distractions, when they do have distractions, it's big distractions. Because the Ray Lewis, the Ray Rice, the Earl Thomas, it was when they have distractions, it's usually something big. Now and then with this is a big distraction right now, and it's funny because it cooled down for a little while. It had been a hot topic all this summer, all off season, and it cooled down recently because preseason and stuff and whatnot. But then when Lamar got a tweet in the night, boom, it all blew up again. But yeah, I would hope that it doesn't have to come to Ravens waiting, and then especially them really waiting until like Burrow and Herbert and maybe Tua, we'll see, and all them. They hopefully Lamar don't have to get paid around the same time that all of them do, because this is something that should have been taken care of a long time ago.
Well, and Graven, I want to ask you, switching gears real quick as we get into the season. Ravens wrap up another undefeated preseason, extend the record for that. But first 4 games, the entire AFC East. They start with the Jets. Could see a reuniting with Joe Flacco. We'll see how that plays out in the next coming days. It's Hollywood written. But Ronnie Stanley off the PUP list. We know Marcus Peters has been practicing. Yeah, I rose my eyebrows too when I heard that. Tyus Bowser, we know him missed the first 4. Gus Edwards will miss the first 4. Looking at this team, obviously we're gonna get into what you think the overall season will go. But some of these guys still banged up. JK probably still isn't 100%. When you look at the injured players of the Ravens, what are you looking forward to seeing, or what do you think is going to happen when these guys can return and their impact?
Oh man, I think Marcus Peters, he's good to go. So we should expect him week 1. And just the impact that he can have, I would just love to see him bait Joe Flacco and throwing a couple of picks. That would be a beautiful thing. Love Joe Flacco, but hey, Marcus Peters, I just want the Ravens to take care of business week 1. So Marcus Peters' impact is huge. Like Ravens, their secondary was terrible last year. It was terrible when they were healthier, and it was terrible as the season went along. So having him back it's such a boost. It helps Marlon Humphrey so much as another outside corner, and it just helps make their next man up that much better. So it just makes the secondary so much better. Ronnie Stanley, he got, like you mentioned, he got taken off the PUP list, but he didn't practice today. I know Jeff Zrebiec talked about maybe they're easing him in. Harbaugh said that they're easing him in. He said they got him on a certain little schedule. So with him, I don't know, man. We'll see. I don't want them. He is off the PUP list, which is great, but I don't want them to rush him. So even if he misses week 1, say for instance he even misses week 2, as long as when he does come back, he's 100%. That's the Ronnie Stanley I want. Don't want a 80% Ronnie Stanley, not even a 90% Ronnie Stanley, a 100% Ronnie Stanley, because Ronnie Stanley does have an injury history. Never played a full season in his entire career. And that was both before and after he got paid. So, and with him having missed the past, like really year and a half, 2 years of football, you want him to be 100%, because his backup hasn't played in like 2 years, Juwan James, because he had been hurt. So whoever you have out there left tackle, you just want them to be 100. But Who else? Gus Edwards. He'll be out at least the first 4 games. We'll see how long it takes him to come back. And then Tyus Bowser. I think once them first 4 games up, I think he'll be ready to be back. But we just got to wait it out and see. So the guys that are coming back from injury. Oh, and J.K. Dobbins. I think with him, I think he'll be eased back in. I don't think it's going to be, all right, J.K. Dobbins, you RB1. And even though Ravens, they don't really do the whole RB1 type of thing because they do running back by committee. So it's not like a clear-cut guy who's their starting running back. But with him, I think he'll just continue to be eased in as the season goes along, and they'll just continue to ramp up his workload slowly. But I know they supposedly getting ready to get some help at running back tomorrow. So we'll see what goes down with that, man.
Some things
well, we
that,
had.
go ahead.
I was going to say, well, we had my homeboy Q. Well, I know that you used to live in Baltimore. I'm not sure if you heard of Q from 105.7 The Fan when you used to be in Baltimore. But we had him on last week. Huge Jets fan, huge Ravens hater, always has been, always will be. He said some pretty silly things last week about Lamar, but my thing is this. Do you think that what are your thoughts? Do you think that Sauce Gardner is going to lock down Rashad Bateman in his first game coming up?
No, I don't think he'll lock him down. Now I wonder if they'll have him travel with Rashad Bateman, or if they'll like have him just play one side of the field and then Rashad Bateman will be on the opposite side on some plays and whatnot. I wonder how that's going to work. So I mean, that's to be determined. We'll see. We'll see though, man. I really can't say, right. I wouldn't say he's gonna lock him down, but hey, you never know. But if he does lock him down, this is why the more weapons, the merrier. For situations like this, where a player may be taken out of the game, this is why you want as many weapons as possible. You can never have enough quality weapons.
I agree. Go ahead, Dre.
We said that to us, a few missing pieces for the Ravens are pass rusher and wide receiver. And that there are some people out there like Ndamukong Suh, Odell Beckham is still out there.
Will Fuller. Will Fuller. Will Fuller.
JPP.
Do you agree that those are the two primary positions that we're missing? Or do you feel like we need a little bit more? And do you feel like we should still sign these guys in order to make sure that we have the best roster possible to make that Super Bowl run?
As far as the wide receivers, you can never have enough quality wide receivers. But I think something that's just as important as having quality wide receivers is using them and really just seeing exactly how much quality you have. Ravens have never been a team that's really gotten the most out of their wide receivers. It's very rare that a player gets either drafted or signed by the Ravens at wide receiver. And when that player leaves or retires or whatnot, we're like, oh, okay, Ravens really maximize that wide receiver. And we really know what type of wide receiver he is. We know what he's good at, what he's bad at. We don't really get that much. We got it with Hollywood. We got it with Torrey Smith. And that was pretty much it as far as the drafted guys. And a little bit with Mark Clayton, but it was still more to be determined with that. But anyway, so I think it's really about how they use their guys. With Rashad Bateman, we started to see him last year, but now we hopefully get a full season and from him because he's capable of taking over and doing his thing and being that sort of number one guy. With Prochet, the jury's still out on all the Ravens receivers because there's a lot that we just do not know. The most established Ravens receiver right now is DeMarcus Robinson. And they just got him from the Chiefs like not even a week ago. But as far as their own guys, it's a lot of unknown. Now the unknown could go one of two ways. One, it could be like, all right, these guys are unknown, and then when we find out about them, it could be like, ooh, we wish they would have stayed unknown because this is a big yikes. But we're hoping it goes the other way. We don't know about them, but then when they show us who they are, it's like, okay, these dudes are shining right now with the opportunity that they've been provided. So hopefully that ends up being the case. As far as edge, Bowser hurt, Ajabo, he had been hurt, and it's thin there. Steven Means. It's weird with Steven Means, man, because he is really slow, but he be back there by the quarterback. I don't know how he be finding his way back there, but he be making his way back there by the quarterback. So he need to keep doing what he been doing. But Adafe Away, Justin Houston, Dalen Hayes. I think he might be banged up though. I'm not 100% sure.
He's always banged up in Grave.
Oh man. Okay.
I had to say it.
But it's a lot of it's thin there. It's thin there. So I wouldn't mind a JPP. I mean, he from Florida. Florida Ravens might as well get him. I forget about Ndamukong Suh a lot. I forget all about him. And I mean, he just recently played for Tampa. So I mean, he used to Florida too. So might as well bring him on. But I wouldn't mind. I think they are gonna for sure sign somebody there. Because they are very thin. I think that they're expected to keep John Ross, the linebacker, because that's another position where they are pretty thin at, in my opinion, at inside linebacker. And you expect them to mix it up and have some safeties play some linebacker too, but still they are pretty thin at linebacker because you got Patrick Queen and with the dreads. Well, I can't remember his name right now.
Oh, Josh Bynes.
Josh Bynes. I don't know why I couldn't remember his name.
It's okay.
Yeah, you got them. And Malik Harrison, like with him, what is he though? Is he inside linebacker? Is he outside linebacker? Where are they gonna have him at? So we'll see what happens with that. But if Josh Ross is expected to make the roster, you're okay there. You're solid there. And I think you're really just hoping that Patrick Queen makes that next jump. You really hope that he takes that next step. And he's just comfortable in this defense. And just with him being comfortable, that allow him to play a lot better and just a lot smoother too. So I've heard a lot of people say that they feel like Isaiah Likely, he could sort of because there's been a lot of receiver talk, obviously, over the offseason. But a lot of people feel like Isaiah Likely, he can sort of put an end to that receiver talk. But he's not a receiver. He's a tight end. Of course, they're going to have him flexed out wide and stuff like that, but he's still a tight end. And tight ends get used differently than wide receivers do. Now, I'm not saying he can't make plays because he obviously can make plays. He made his mark, and the Ravens, they're going to use him a lot. But yeah, again, back to the whole wide receiver thing. It's just really about how the guys are used. That's the most important thing. So yeah, receiver, I say it just depends. But I do feel like there could be holes at inside linebacker because it's just so thin. And yeah, like you mentioned earlier, the edge position too, pass rusher.
Okay.
I got one. Mr. You was talking Super Bowl and all this, and I'm like, I don't know what that is. I don't know. But you know, I do what I can. I like to listen. But Mr. Huntley, with the uncertainty with the whole Lamar Jackson contract and all that good stuff, his value has increased a little bit. Oh gosh.
Nope, I know it is going.
Want to trade him to the Commanders?
Go ahead, though.
No. I'm saying in general. I'm saying how important is it to keep him at this point because there's been some rumblings with a couple teams.
I wouldn't be mad if they traded Tyler Huntley to give him a shot to go start somewhere. I would love for him to get an opportunity because I feel like Tyler Huntley, especially with preparation, with him preparing as the number one quarterback, I feel like he could do a good job as a starter. And I would be comfortable if they went with Anthony Brown as a number 2 quarterback because they were in the same situation a couple years back when Tyler Huntley first got signed. He got signed as an undrafted rookie free agent, and then he became the number 2 quarterback on the squad. So with Anthony Brown, Tyler Huntley, I think he only missed like 3 or 4 passes this whole preseason, but it's been a lot of 2-yard passes and 3-yard passes and a lot of short stuff. But with Anthony Brown, he'll do the dinking and dunking, but he'll take them deep shots too. He will push that ball downfield.
We saw.
Oh yeah. I was there. I didn't even realize. Oh,
we saw.
You got to see it up close then. Nice. But yeah, I wouldn't be mad if they ended up doing that. If they traded Tyler Huntley somewhere so he could get a starting opportunity, and then they just rolled with Anthony Brown. And man, it's tricky, man. It ain't tricky. I think Tyler Huntley will stay, but I would like to see him traded so he can get a shot somewhere. But I don't know. I don't think it's gonna happen.
I got a question for you. What team do you think is going to be the toughest matchup for the Ravens? Do you think it's going to be the Buffalo Bills, or do you think it's going to be the Cincinnati Bengals? Which team do you think is going to give us the most problems this year?
Man, really both. But if I had to choose between those two, I would say the Bengals simply because they play us 2 times. With the Buffalo Bills, Ravens got a tough schedule. Ravens, they were in last place last season, but then they got the last place schedule. But that ain't no last place schedule. They got a tough schedule, man. The Buffalo Bills, like, I absolutely love how they make their roster, because they could be good at a position. Then they'd be like, you know what? No, let's get even better. And I love that for them. I love that for Josh Allen. I love how they provide for their quarterback. I love how they're like, let's make a strength even stronger. So they're gonna be tough. They got a real nice squad, as they have had for the past couple of years. But with the Bengals, like, again, we played them twice, so they have an opportunity, no matter how the first game goes, to check off some stuff. Like, all right, this is what they did good. Oh, this is what they struggled with. All right, let's attack that next time. But with them, they present their own challenges too, because of how their team is built. And right now, they got like all the confidence in the world. It's like, hey, the first year that our quarterback is healthy, we made the Super Bowl. And they had 3,000-yard receivers, and they still got all 3 of them coming back. They signed Hayden Hurst. Hayden Hurst gonna be putting a little extra in them little Ravens games and whatnot. So that should be fun. But then they upgraded the offensive line too. We know that was one of their big weaknesses last year. So Bengals, they gonna be tough. And when you have like 3 receivers like that, and then again, Hayden Hurst too, I think people probably gonna be sleeping on Hayden Hurst, but you got 3 receivers like that, then you got a tight end, then you got Mixon who can catch passes out of the backfield too. You got a lot to deal with. You got a whole lot to deal with. So that presents a lot of different challenges for your defense, and hopefully Ravens defense, they can be healthy. Not only when they take on the Bengals, but healthy for the whole year. Because that absolutely destroyed last season for Ravens. Obviously, was the them not being healthy.
You got anything, Byron?
Well, I wanted to get the final thought from Engraven. What do you see the 2022 season for the Baltimore Ravens as the end? If we could fast forward to the final chapter of this season, from Nostradamus known as Engraven.
Oh,
What do you see happening for this team? If you want to say how you think the season may go, where they could end up in the playoffs, no playoffs, Super Bowl, let us know and let the people know what you think is going to happen.
Biggest factor for me is the volume of the passing game. And I think, in my opinion, that can make or break the season. Right now, based off of just the roster, based off of what we know about the Ravens, what we know about their philosophy and whatnot, right now, if they remain healthy, I say AFC Championship. That is my high for them right now. But if they can really like get the most out of their receivers, and their receivers obviously deliver, and Lamar obviously delivers too. If they can really just show, not even necessarily to have balance between the run and the pass, but just to be ready to do both in any given situation. And if they can really put an emphasis on the passing game and really maximizing these receivers and really putting them in positions to succeed, playing them to their strengths, like really doing that. James Prochet love the jump ball. Okay, give it to him. Put him in those one-on-one matchups. Devin Duvernay, he like catching a screen pass and take. Okay, get him that. Rashad Bateman, he could run everything in the route tree and get open. And he a yak monster. Get him that. With DeMarcus Robinson, he just a big play away. All right, get him that. And it's so important too. I know we had somebody sending an email just a few days ago about the potential of a Ravens spread offense. And with Lamar Jackson being in the backfield with J.K. Dobbins, but then them having Andrews, them having Bateman, them having Likely, and them having DeMarcus Robinson. And when you think of it like, man, who do teams double? Who do they bracket? Who do they try to take out? because you got that possibility of a one-on-one matchup with somebody. So if Ravens can really do a lot of mismatches, if Ravens can really take advantage of opponents and really find weaknesses in opponents' defense, then I think they can get to the Super Bowl, but it just depends on that for me. That's the biggest factor, is how the Ravens try to take advantage of their opponents, especially in the passing game, because we know they're going to be able to run. We know they can pass. We know Lamar can throw that ball wherever, but it's up to the Ravens to really scheme this thing up, and also the adjustments too. The adjustments is so huge. Recognize what's going on out there on the field. Don't just come into the game and be stubborn and be like, all right, this is our game plan, and we're going to roll with this game plan. Even if it's not working, we're going to stick with it. We're going to roll with it, and we ain't going to have no backup plan. No, you can't go in there like that. You got to go into these games humble. Not scared, but humble. And be humble enough to be like, all right, well, this ain't working. We got to switch it up. All right, well, okay, I thought that was going to go this way, but it went that way. So, you know what? Let's try something new. So it's up to the Ravens, man. Ravens, a lot of times they can be their own biggest enemy. And that's, of course, no disrespect to the people who they go against, because they're professionals too, and they got a job to do out there as well. But it's important that Ravens, they recognize just how they can be the best version of themselves. And if they can do that, then the sky is really the limit, because they got talent, man. They really got talent, and we've seen how really good a lot of that talent is on both sides of the ball. On both sides of the ball. So if they can mix that talent with health and then with smarts, then yeah, they could do whatever they want to do, man.
You gotta just mush it all together and hold it and lock it. I got two more questions for you, Engraven. My first one is this. I remember a couple years ago, used to have like a panel of all Ravens YouTubers coming together, like they were the Justice League or the Super Friends or whatever you like to call it. Are you going to bring that back at some point, man? I mean, I know Joe Nubo used to be on that, SGA, and a couple other YouTubers used to be on there.
I would like to. It's just with a lot of stuff, especially having people on, it's just a matter of time. It's a matter of finding the right time to do it. It's a matter of people's schedules, because we know, like, that was a couple years ago. We all a little bit older now. We all a little bit busier now. And schedules and times are just different. Like you said, Nubo, he doing something a little different right now. He should be coming back soon. No, Sonny, SDG Sports, he done moved out the country. So yeah, things are different now. But I would like to do that, man, because like Ravens YouTube, it's a lot of people on there. It's a lot of people, and I would love to actually, if it was possible, that you could get like everybody on there. Like with StreamYard, they limited to like 10 people, I think. But maybe it might have to be like one big like Zoom conference or something. And we had to figure something out though, because that would be a lot of fun, just to have everybody from Ravens, Twitter, or YouTube, or whatever, Ravens content creators all just come together just to say how they feeling. And the beautiful thing about that is not all content creators on the same page. Not all of them feel the same way about the Ravens and the moves and what they've been doing and whatnot. So having a bunch of different opinions and being able to share them respectfully, of course, that would be fun, man. So I would be down for that. I might have to look into that, because the season, it's like right here, right now. So I try to see if we could work something out. We had to see about that. Appreciate you reminding me of that.
Oh, no question. But my last question is this, man. And I know I heard you say this before, that you used to be a big wrestling fan. What happened, man? Because we of course, we cover wrestling over here. We talk WWE, we talk AEW. We're still big into wrestling. So, like, what was your era of wrestling? Like, who was your favorite superstars back in the day?
Oh man, favorite of all time was Undertaker. Favorite of all time. It was him. That was my guy, man.
Still my guy.
Yeah, man. I went to WrestleMania when I thought it was his last match, when he went up against Roman Reigns and they had that sloppy ending. But then he ended up obviously coming back again a bunch of times. But what changed for me? It was around like it was a little, because I remember I was still watching when they called up Shinsuke from NXT. And I remember one of my favorite matches was more of a recent era was him versus John Cena, and I was so surprised that they actually let Shinsuke win. I was like, wow, they let him beat John Cena. Wow, they must really love him. And then after that, oh, it went all downhill. Boy, yikes, it was so bad, man. But really, I think it was a little bit like maybe like a couple years before the pandemic, because I used to watch Raw like every week. Used to look forward to watch the events and stuff. But then it just started getting like really bad, man. The product just started getting really bad. I did actually realize, like, I remember John Cena, he was off for a while, and I was like, wow, this dude actually really meant a lot to this company. Like, because when he was on, I was like kind of whatever about Cena, but then when he was off, I was like, wow, that made me realize just how good he really was, like on the mic and whatnot, and obviously as a wrestler and whatnot. But it just the product just started getting really bad to where I'd be watching Raw or something, and it just felt like I was like almost forcing myself to watch it. It was like, oh man, this is rough. And Raw, you know, Raw is like it's 3 hours,
right,
from 8 to 11. It's like, oh goodness gracious, man. And then even with some of the events, like some of the pay-per-views or whatever they call it now, some of them would be bad, man. Some of them would be rough, and I'd just be like, man, I wasn't enjoying it anymore. Sometimes I still check in from time to time, like because there's some people that I follow on Twitter that they watch wrestling. So if I see something on Twitter or something, then I might check in real quick. Like I did, I watched, what was the last bigger event? Because I know they got the big ones like the SummerSlam, the WrestleMania, the Royal Rumble.
Was a month ago.
It might
Was
that might have been it. Oh, was that where Brock Lesnar broke the ring with Roman Reigns?
Where he lifted the ring with the tractor. Yeah.
See, with that, because I through our cable, they give us a Peacock channel for free.
Right.
So I watched SummerSlam, but I didn't watch it live. I watched it and fast forwarded through every, like I would see, all right, who getting ready to wrestle, and say, oh, okay, this ain't for me, so fast forward. Or depending on the match, I would just fast forward to the end of it, just to see how it ended. But watching it live, I wouldn't be able to do it no more. So I just like fell out of love with it, man. Because I used to be into it heavy, man. Growing up as a kid, heavy, man, heavy.
I think I got one name for you that of the reason why you got out of it. Vince McMahon.
Oh, well, I've been seeing people say ever since Vince McMahon stepped down that Triple H been doing this thing. I heard the booking got a whole lot better.
Yes,
give it a few months, but it's getting better. It's getting better. And you can always join us. You can always join us. We do live streams, then Graven. So
I've been seeing them pop up.
Yeah, you ever want to peek your head in and just see what's going on and just say hello to the people.
Yeah, y'all be covering everything, man. We seen y'all cover Raw, cover AEW and all that. I say, oh yeah, these boys be on it, man.
Hey man, we just try and follow the great lead that you presented for us and get to where you at, my brother.
Nah, y'all well past that, man. But yeah, man. So we'll see. I mean, I do play the games then. Like I got WWE 2K on PS5, but
okay,
I play it, but I just, as far as watching it, I couldn't do it anymore, man. Like I said, I peek in every now and then.
But you go ahead. You might come back now that Triple H is taking over.
Nah, probably not. Like I said, I check for like little stuff here and there. Cause like I said, sometimes it'll just pop up on my timeline or whatever. And if it's like an intriguing match, even though it's like kind of like whatever, like Brock Lesnar, he's a big draw. You know, Brock Lesnar always been a big draw.
Huge draw.
And I remember, I think it was the day that Vince McMahon had supposedly stepped down. I think they hit a swerve on everybody because they worked everybody. Because I saw on Twitter they were talking about, oh, Brock Lesnar was like, oh, I'm not showing up if Vince not here, I'm not going. Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna show up. And they were like, oh, Brock Lesnar left, and then he ended up showing up that night. I was like, oh, okay, well, okay, I like that. That's nice, but it's I don't see myself like getting into it like that again, because it's just, I don't know. And then especially come Mondays, like Mondays, I ain't gonna be watching wrestling over football. Right. But
especially Ravens football.
Yeah. Well, but I do.
sometimes it depends on the Monday night games.
Oh, yeah, that's
Sunday night
true.
games seem to be better lately than the Monday night.
Well, you know, for all
Yeah.
those watching, if the game does drag, you can put on the flex zone and have us
Hey,
on while
there
the
you
game is
go.
on, because you know,
Mhm.
and plus the commentary team is trash on Monday Night Football anyway. It ain't been the same in a while. Yeah.
Now,
Uh,
I do like I do like watching the Royal Rumbles though. I even though last year was just it was rough, man. It was one of those where it's just like, man, what's going on? I remember Johnny Knoxville came out and oh, man, what are they? And I know they got to promote the movie and stuff because they've been doing that for forever. Like if a celebrity got to promote something. Now somebody who I was surprised by, who was actually pretty good, was Bad Bunny.
Yeah,
I said this
he was real
like
good.
yeah. I was surprised, man. And then I saw clips of Pat McAfee and the Paul brother. Where's
Logan
Jake Paul,
Paul.
Logan
Logan
Paul,
Paul.
Logan, yeah. He
Logan
was nice.
Paul.
I'm like, whoa, hold up. This dude went from YouTube to doing that. I said, let me try out for WWE. Wait a minute, man.
There you go.
But nah, it was so I did see some of that. So yeah, like I said, I'll be seeing it every now and then. But the Raw, no, I can't. I give it to y'all, man. But y'all stream it with each other, so that helps a lot, man.
Yeah, so if it's bad, we just have a good time, cut the ish, and talk about whatever. Engraving, gotta let the people know how to keep up with you. What do you have coming up? Football season, we know it's a busy time for you. You're live streaming, you're doing videos, you're doing post games. Let the people know how to keep up with you and what they can expect for the 2022 Raven season, which we hope ends in success, as you mentioned.
That would be nice. Man, for 2022 season, I just say expect more craziness. And it's just busy. We do videos, we have videos literally every single day. And during the season, and I mean, even it's still off season now, but we've had multiple videos throughout a day. So you can come subscribe if you like a lot of Ravens content, or you like a lot of Ravens, just NFL in general videos. We do live streams. We usually live stream every game. We're not going to be able to live stream every game this season, but we'll do as many as we can. And we just have fun in there. We have a good time. So the channel, the YouTube channel, it's Engraving Vids, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Everything is Engraving Vids. It's Team Keep It Clean. So it's something for everybody. Everybody's welcome. Old, young, husband, wife, brother, sister, whatever. Everybody is welcome. You don't have to if you a kid and you watching, your parents walk in the room, you don't have to turn the volume down because somebody's saying bad words. You ain't gotta worry about that. If you're a parent, if you're a parent and your kids walk into the room, you ain't gotta be like, all right, we gotta turn it off now. No, it's clean. We have fun, but it's clean. So everybody can watch, everybody can enjoy, and everybody can participate. We have questions from subscribers where people will send in questions about the Ravens or really about whatever NFL, and we talk about it. It's a very interactive channel. It's not just something, well, I mean, if you want to, you could just sit back and watch it, but it's also something that you can be a part of. So that's what I appreciate about people that mess with the channel, that they are a part of it, whether it be through the comment section, whether it be through them sending questions, whether it be us having conversations and DMs on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or really whatever. So many people help create what Team Keep It Clean is, and they're part of it. And a lot of them don't even realize, but they are. So that's what it is.
Well, give it up one more time for the man, the myth, the legend, the hottest
having us
Ravens
get over to
YouTuber,
that
Engraving.
Definitely appreciate you, man. Definitely.
I don't think it's a myth. This is real. This is the real deal right here.
Yes. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Engraving, follow him at Engraving Vids. Appreciate your time, brother. Send love to the family and continue success. And we're gonna have to do this before the end of the season, my brother.
Oh yeah, for sure. Congrats on hitting 1,000, man. Congrats on getting that stack.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you very, very much, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Appreciate it, Engraving. We'll talk to you soon, brother.
All right, y'all be easy, man.
Thank you.
You too.
Again, yes, one more time for Engraving. Shout out to Engraving. Joining us on the Flex on episode 356, helping us get to 1K. So kind and always showing us love, and he's part of the Flex Zone family here on the only place giving you sports how you want them, you need. Again, follow him at Engraving Vids, and he'll keep you updated each and every day. As I said, the man doesn't sleep, and the content is fire. Appreciate it, Engraving.
I appreciate you, man.
Yes, it is.
Thank you. Shout out one more time. Give it up for Engraving.
Yes.
You got the little sound effect. That's funny.
Hey man, hey, gotta show love to the Go to This Ravens Head podcast, and thank you everybody for subscribing. We're gonna switch gears a little bit. While we're on football, let's stick with football. Crevonte, uh, preseason's over. Unfortunately, the Commanders had an unfortunate circumstance about 24 hours ago. Brian Robinson was shot. Apparent robbery. It looked like. Crevonte, I just want to get
Prayers
your
up.
thoughts, brother. Yeah, prayers up to him. It looks like he is going to be released soon if he hasn't been already. Your thoughts, Crevonte, on the preseason and this situation with Brian Robinson heading into a season we thought had some optimism in the nation's capital.
So number one, thank God he's still here. He was indeed shot twice. I believe he was in Northeast DC where this apparent carjacking happened, and he was in stable condition last night. But we've heard that before, and it didn't turn out great, especially for this team. We all know what happened. Shoot, got to be about 15 years ago, with the late great Sean Taylor. But I'm so happy and so thrilled that he's going to continue living, and he's going to continue with life, because this life thing is bigger than football. You know what I'm saying? Football will be a small portion of his life. So number one, I'm glad he's up and alert, and he's even he's ready, for the next steps. Surgery went well, so prayers up for a speedy recovery. Not even on the football side of the game, just on the life side of the game, getting back to his normal routine. Because not a lot of people, live to tell this, after being shot multiple times. It could be a grimy, we all know Baltimore, DC, Philly. We got a lot of grimy cities. Like when folks is hungry, folks be hungry and they do whatever. I don't know what he was showing off or what brought attention to him, but regardless, it's not right. And I'm glad he'll learn from this and he'll be better for this. Now, on the football side of the game, this one hurts. This one hurts because our running back room just completely shifted. We were going to shift Antonio Gibson to kick returner, and Brian Robinson was going to mess around and be our running back number one, because he was showing that combination of speed and power and strength, which is something we haven't had in quite some time. And coming from Alabama, he definitely represents Alabama well. But I'm not expecting him this season. Now, granted, I don't know the details of like where he was shot and all that, but surgery happened, so it sounds severe enough. So I'm not expecting him this season, but that means there will be a new running back probably on the roster. It's probably going to be Jared Patterson. And there was another guy. His name escapes me. But so yeah, this definitely shook up our running back room. And I liked our offensive pieces. Like I say every year, offensive line is in question. Our offensive line is very much in question, especially at left guard. Just in flux, trying to get some cohesiveness, trying to get some chemistry and all that good stuff together. I like our guys on the outside, obviously Terry McLaurin and Jahad Dodson. Logan Thomas is working his way back, and and now Antonio Gibson looks like he'll be back into the RB1 position, with J.D. McKissick being the all-purpose back, and now Jared Patterson also probably being on the probably RB3 or something of that nature. But yeah, this was a rough one. I can't lie. This brought back a little trauma a little trauma because like, the way these things is going. Now, granted, Twitter wasn't jumping like that back in the days, but as the reports were coming out, my phone was blowing up from many different sources, pretty much saying the same thing, and I'm like, here we go again. But in DC, this is DC. This is Washington. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Things like this happen to us because this is the dark cloud that's over my city and my team. My teams, plural, but specifically this football team. Just that type of atmosphere brings negative energy, and things like this happen. And it's very, very, very unfortunate. But again, I'm glad Brian Robinson is doing well. Some higher ups from the Washington team were there, including Ron Rivera. So he was tweeting as well, high hopes, prayers, and all that good stuff. So, just keep him in the prayers and a speedy recovery.
Raj, real quick, let the people know what they need to do. They're in the venue. Hit the like button, hit the bell, hit the subscribe button.
Please, if you're new to the chat, if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe. And Graven was on with us earlier. We had a great interview as always. So if you didn't see it,
run it back,
run it back because he said a lot of things, of course, and he's a wonderful, wonderful guest. So yeah, if you're new, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Got a lot more content coming. Got a lot more to do on this show tonight. So stay tuned.
Dre, you wanted to touch on the WNBA playoffs, my brother. Big shout out to Sue Bird. I did notice Coach of the Year, first year with the Aces. Dre, Becky Hammond. I'm saying Sue Bird, Lord. Becky
Sue
Hammond.
Bird's still hooping though.
She's still balling. She's still playing. She's been playing since I was a little boy. Becky Hammond, first year with the Aces, wins Coach of the Year. Let me just pull up the bracket. But Dre, go ahead with your thoughts on the WNBA playoffs. And what you think is going to happen as we are getting ready for conference finals, I believe.
You on mute, Dre.
I got you, Drizzy Dre. You got to unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, good brother.
Oh, okay. Mute. My fault. Thank you. So we had the Sky and the Suns yesterday, with the Suns beating the Sky yesterday, as well as we had the Storm and the Aces. So I'm hoping that we do get that series with the Storm and the Sky. That's actually the series I'm rooting for. It would be nice to see if Sue Bird could go out on top and get that final ring on her way out as she's coming towards the end. But I mean, of course, all of us here on the Flex Zone, we love us some Candace Parker. So
yes, we do.
We can't be mad.
Yes, we
either
do.
One of them get something. But I just wanted to show the ladies some love, as well as keeping Brittany Griner's name out there as well. That's one thing about our platform, is that we have continued to push the name of Brittany Griner, nearing 200 days being detained out there. So we want to just continue to keep prayers up for her and keep her name out there until she is released rightfully and back here in the States with us.
Well, speaking of that, Dre, it was some news about the situation with Dennis Rodman, Dre.
Yeah, so Dennis Rodman has some comments saying that he would go to Russia and get Brittany Griner, but
he's our diplomat.
But
appreciate it.
They said that he said that those were just some comments somebody overheard him speaking at dinner, but he's not going over to Russia at this time.
Got you. Any other thoughts on the WNBA playoffs or the Brittany Griner situation, fellas?
Man, the
women are balling, man.
Listen, the Aces have been good since they've been in the league, but
yes,
them Storm are star-studded. I mean, Tina Charles, I believe Brianna Stewart?
Brianna Stewart
and
that was the turning point, Crevonte, when they got Tina Charles on there. I think that's what changed it.
So I would not be surprised to see the Storm in the finals, like we was talking about earlier, with Sue Bird getting that last, getting just add one more to the already Hall of Fame resume. But the Storm, my money's on the Storm, but of course, Candace Parker, baby, you get them one more too. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to see a Seattle Storm and Chicago Sky final.
But look, I told you, man, that happens. I'm definitely right there. Some place I'm watching it, man.
I don't got. I would say I don't got no WNBA news, but in the NBA, I've heard that my Lakers then picked up Patrick Beverly.
Yes, we're very excited about that.
And y'all are excited about that.
Yeah.
Look at these guys. Look at these guys. Hey, chat. Slide these fools, man.
Get them.
Make
Guys,
sure
yo, y'all that's still in here. I don't believe it.
Like they just got Kevin Durant or something. They over here smiling. Or
No,
Kyrie.
I'm not smiling.
Get them out of here, guys. Get them out of here.
Well, listen. I'm not finished. I'm not happy about it. I don't want Patrick Beverly on my squad, and the only reason I'm saying
Westbrook.
Exactly. That's two goofies going at each other left and right every night. We don't need that kind of smoke on our team, for real. We don't need that kind of smoke. Look. Patrick Beverly's a great defender, and he's a good 3-point shooter, and he'll get underneath your skin, and I'm pretty sure he'll do that to Westbrook. But I mean, come on. I mean, what are we trying to do here? Are we trying to win another championship, or are we just trying to, be goofy?
The old and the restless.
They're trying to.
I think honestly, what I'm thinking is that with that move, the Westbrook trade probably will end up happening. I do like it that we need. I think the Lakers did need somebody like a Patrick Beverly on their team to, like you said, he can defend and he can shoot the three. There's still a couple more other pieces that the Lakers do need, but I do believe Patrick Beverly when he said maybe not the Western Conference Finals. I mean, I'm still going to root for the Lakers, and I still am going to push for that. But I can guarantee you that if the Lakers are definitely healthy, especially with LeBron James alongside Anthony Davis, they can make the playoffs. It may be a lower seed, but they can make the. They can make
lose in the first round.
Year.
Losing the first round to the Clippers. Say no, I'm joking.
Thus far, yes. I gotta see more out of the Lakers. If you were to push me against the wall and ask me who I think is going to be in the Western Conference Finals, I'm gonna tell you the favorites are going to honestly be the Clippers and the Golden State Warriors. Right.
Real quick, burnt food in the chat. We are Lions fans here. We love the Lions this year. We think they will not be last place. We're going over on their win total.
Yes,
we are. Dan Campbell's doing a hell of a job.
Yes.
We like their draft and put money on the over. Put money on the Lions not being in last place. It will be those stinking Bears. Yeah, put money on it now, burnt food, and make sure you subscribe.
Before it goes up. Yep.
We love to talk.
I really like the Lions.
Yes,
I do too. I do too.
I agree. You know how I feel about him snapping kneecaps and biting people and all that good stuff that he's talking about in Detroit.
Oh, that was y'all. You went to the game against the Ravens, burnt food with Justin Tucker. Oh man,
I'm sorry about that, man. But it had to be done. It had to be done.
That's a rough way to lose. Hey. That's a rough way to lose.
We appreciate you, brother. But thank you for the subscribe.
For sure, brother.
Are you watching Hard Knocks? Anybody watch Hard Knocks? I haven't had a chance to catch up on it yet. Dre, I know you was your boy Dan Campbell biting kneecaps.
I was watching some of it, but I just didn't get a chance to see everything. But from what I've seen, the snippets of Hard Knocks this year, especially the recent episode with their coach, I think that this team, honestly, like we said, I mean, it's so believable when you watch it because it's different from a Hard Knocks when you kind of see it and you're like, all right, this is they got something, but you're not sure. The Lions seem poised for something real special this year, and I think that Dan Campbell is building a good culture over there. I think that there are a few pieces away, of course, that we always keep talking about the quarterback position when it comes to the Lions. And that'll probably happen a little further down the road. But I think that they're going to be better than what they've been in before because you could see last year they were building. You see some of it right now when you watch Hard Knocks that this team is making that turn. They're not going to make the leap. I don't think that the Cincinnati Bengals made, but I think that they're inching their way towards getting to being a respectable team.
Got you.
Deuce Staley. He's getting a lot of buzz off of Hard Knocks.
Yep.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of buzz. The goal of Hard Knocks is obviously to let us in on things we don't always see from the players. We could follow a couple of players that's on the bubble, rookies trying to make the team, and of course coaches. And the Lions have an interesting coaching staff, to say the absolute least. But I'm hearing and we're seeing Deuce Staley getting a lot of love from Hard Knocks.
Is he there? He's a coach on the roster. Is that what it is?
I think he's an assistant coach.
Assistant coach.
Yeah.
I can see him being hopefully one of the next black coaches hired, because Lord, do we need him in the NFL. Burn
And
Food, shout
obviously
out to
coaching
you.
running backs.
Yes, exactly. Shout out to you, Burn Food. Yes, have some optimism, have faith. The flex zone is telling you, have a little faith. And yes, shout out
Yeah,
to you as
he's
well.
turning
And
the shit on for real.
Yeah,
yes,
assistant coach with the Lions right now. Yep.
yep. Once y'all get that quarterback,
Yeah, I
look
say
out.
Jared Goff ain't it though, but
Yeah.
yes.
Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, or one of those guys. But Crevonte, real quick for the people in the chat, we gotta let them know tomorrow we will be live. Tell them hit that bell. We talking college football.
Absolutely. Man, college football, I think may be extra crazy this year and probably years to follow, because we got a lot of movement going on. We got coaches changing time zones and making some historic college programs more relevant, huh? But until further notice, the SEC rules, and it's going to be interesting to see teams like Notre Dame, who's projected to not have as great as a year as recently. Obviously, USC is going to be on the upswing. We got OU moving. I don't think they're moving this year. Are they moving next year?
I think 2024 is when you get the
Yeah.
USC,
Everything
UCLA,
further
and
down the
then
road. Yeah.
right Oklahoma at 24, I think as well. But we'll get the specifics, of course. Like I said, USC, Lincoln Riley, Ohio State, Michigan, the Big Ten, of course, the SEC. Does Georgia repeat? Alabama's the prohibitive favorite. We'll get into all that. Our Heisman predictions. What do we think will happen? And of course, we'll point out all the goofiness as well, and maybe some surprises.
And
Man, hey,
of course, you're gonna talk.
what's the guy's name? Nebraska coach Frost.
Scott Frost need to go.
Gotta get him out of here, yo. Get him out of here, yo. Get him out of here.
And of course, you're gonna talk about me and Dre's favorite boy, Nick Saban.
Go ahead. For the people who don't know, who are new to the Flex Zone podcast, let them know what they expect to see this season as we begin the Alabama Invitational, also known as the college football season and playoff coming up.
Man, you know what
it's been a while.
Whoa!
You still rolling. Tide. There you go. I couldn't roll that long.
You a little tired, Raj. You tired. You tired.
You tired. A little tired, you know.
I understand, man. It's into August. It's been extra hot outside. Been in the gym and everything. I see you, baby.
I'm trying.
Nah, it's a lot. It's a lot to get into. Of course, Crevonte touched on Nebraska. Another team that we got definitely touch on tomorrow is the U. You kind of want them to make some turning points right there with that organization. But I'm excited for college football, and especially some of the quarterbacks that are coming out, because last year we didn't really have any guys really coming out, but the future of the quarterback position is going to be interesting, because the NFL right now, you already see that there are a lot of teams that have quarterbacks, but then there's always a few that are going to need somebody at the quarterback position. So we'll be able to touch on all that tomorrow a little more in depth.
Happy birthday to Mrs. Bates, the queen
Yes,
head of the
happy
table. We
birthday.
see you in the chat.
Happy birthday,
Mrs.
Shout out
Bates.
to the right hand man, a man of 1,000 t-shirts. Shout out to her. Happy belated birthday as well. Crevonte, you ready to talk about goofies and let the people know in the chat what are the goofies of the week that you do each and every week. And if they got something goofy, they can send it over to the Flex Zone Podcast.
Hey man, if you want to talk about it, Byron, talk about it then. All right. Welcome, good people. To Goofies of the Week, sponsored by the Flex Zone. Appreciate you guys for giving me a little bit of time to let me tell the good people what I thought was goofy this past week. And it's quite a few to choose from. But I'm gonna narrow it down to two for the sake of time and all that. Again,
gosh, something wrong here.
Something's definitely wrong here. But before I get into that, you want to know what's not wrong? Us getting to 1,000 subscribers. Yo, big ups. And shout out to Engravens for giving us that nudge, just pushing us over there. And we scored. We that running back that was stuck in the hole, and he just pushed us into the end zone. Much love, much support. Thank you, everybody that saw the show. We had some wild numbers tonight, fellas. I don't know if y'all saw, but we had some wild numbers tonight. But yeah, all right, back to Goofies of the Week. I have two levels of goofy that I usually deal with on a week-to-week basis. And they are football appropriate. I think you guys will agree. We have Jet Green. Jet Green is the low-level goofies. These are the goofies that's usually just funny. We pick, we tease, we laugh, we leave it alone. Usually it doesn't go beyond that. But when it does, when it does, we're going to go to another NFL team that's probably going to be on the bottom, and we're probably going to take the under on this team. I got to check the line. But Falcon Red is high-level goofy for more reasons than one, but obviously the major one is losing that goddamn Super Bowl. All right? I ain't letting it go.
You never will. We know.
I ain't letting it go. There's still jokes to this day.
Thank you, Tom.
We not letting it go. But the Falcons can't get right, haven't been right ever since. And they have talent, but just can't get it right as an organization. They are high-level goofy just for that reason. Just over the top, we have to talk about it. We probably got to go to a couple therapy sessions just to get over this. This is not easy to get over. But those are my high level. That's my high level goofy. So yeah, let's jump into it. So I said I had two. I'm going back and forth which one I want to do first, but since it was talked about first, let's jump into that one. This one will be low level goofy, but it absolutely has the potential to be high level goofy. God damn it, Byron, we were just talking about it with our other Laker brethren. Did he really sign Patrick Beverley?
Traded Taylor Horton-Tucker to the Jazz, who are getting a lot of draft picks and young talent, by the way. And Donovan Mitchell could be on his way out before the end of the season. I could see him getting traded to the Knicks or somewhere. And they got Pat Bev. And these guys smiling like they got KD over here.
I'm not smiling.
I know.
Hey, it's better than what we had.
Is it? I don't know. I'm indifferent about it, but I cannot agree nor disagree. But you like drama. That's what I will say, Drake. That's right up your alley in particular. You like a little drama.
It's Hollywood. You already know it's got to be a story.
Oh, listen, you gotta make it a spectacle, huh? You gotta make it drama filled. You gotta make it look a mess. So the eyes, that's what the eyes want to see. We don't want to be in it, but we like seeing it. I think that's something that we can, as a society, I feel like we should admit that we like drama. We don't like being involved in drama, but we like seeing it. And let me tell you, it's not the young and the restless. It's the old and the restless. Because don't nobody sleep, and everybody old, and everybody bickers and all that. And your youngest player is Russell Westbrook. So good luck with that. It's not. I just said it. I don't know if he's actually the youngest, but oh no, it's Mr. Fragile. Mr. Fragile, man, I think is the youngest.
AD. Yeah, he's the same age as me.
But his knees are older than everybody, so it's
Yes.
that's neither here nor there. But these two brothers, and by two brothers I mean Patrick Beverley and Russell Westbrook, have a very checkered past, dating back to when Russell Westbrook got injured. This was back when I believe he was still with Oklahoma City Thunder, and Patrick Beverley was trying to steal the ball. And we know how guys go up to half court and call timeout and all that good stuff. Patrick Beverley been a little extra, and Russell Westbrook suffered an injury from that.
Meniscus, I believe.
Just pesky and irritating, and we know all the adjectives that describe Patrick Beverley, and he did that to King Petty with Westbrook, and that was not their only incident. They had a couple after that. So one or two things got to happen, guys. Like, either we're going to go into the season with their locker rooms on the opposite ends, and y'all are going to play, or Westbrook got to be out of there. It's one of the other. Like, there's no way. Russell Westbrook strikes me as a guy who, if we beef, we probably gonna beef forever. It's on the forever side of the game as opposed to us making up, especially with Patrick Beverley, because Patrick Beverley seems like he's the type of guy who, if it ain't on the court, he could care less. But Russell Westbrook is like, nah, it's on site probably. Every time on site is probably that. But unfortunately, on site is at crypto.com arena and in LA, Hollywood, unfortunately. And y'all will be wearing the same jerseys, at least probably through training camp. But the funny thing is, I don't see the Lakers unloading his absurd cap hit, his absurd amount of money that he's owed. So it's like there's no way, in my mind, it's like there's no way to keep Russell Westbrook now. But who's going to eat that 47?
Nobody. Hold y'all say.
Hit it.
Nobody.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a low-level goofy. But we may have to revisit this one if we start the regular season and these boys duking it out before the game. I got to see it.
They open what? Against the Warriors, right? That's going to be a great opening night. They open against the Warriors, so we'll get a good test.
And they'll be fighting with each other.
While Steph hitting threes, he going to be wide open. They're going to be like, that's your man. That's your man. That's your man.
That's your man.
Clay on the other side. Clay on the other side. Just, yeah.
Clay's like, this is a shoot around at this point. Steph Curry plays like, this is shoot around.
And what are we, a month away from the season?
God.
About a month away from the season,
yeah.
About a month or two? When the season started? October?
Hold on, I'll get that for you.
October.
Yeah, so about 2 months.
The first game is actually, hold on. It's preseason. Go ahead, Crevonte. You can continue.
So yeah, that's one. This goofy is high level because it's different. It sucks what happened. It's kind of funny.
October 18th, we got 76ers, Celtics, and Lakers, Warriors on TNT.
2 months.
Yes. So, damn, opening earlier than normal.
And who you said, who's the Sixers?
76ers, Celtics, 7:30, and Lakers, Warriors at 10 p.m. Tuesday, October 18th.
So I'm gonna play this video. First I'm gonna get some volume on here. All right.
Hey.
Oh yeah, we playing game. I mean, playing football. It's a tough point. Wow.
Oh no.
Clearly, the mascot ought to stick to being a mascot. Paul, I was off the field. I hope he really got hurt. I hope that was all for the ethics.
Hold on, Crevonte. I got you, brother. There you go.
I'll run it back one more time.
Oh yeah, we playing game. I mean, playing football. It's a tough point. Wow. It's not for everybody. Clearly, the mascot ought to stick to being a mascot. Paul, I was off the field. I hope he really got hurt. I hope that was all for the ethics.
the Commanders are always getting somebody hurt. That's what I realized.
Hey man, that wasn't us. That was one of y'all little AAU kids, your little Pop Warner kids. It went a little too rough on Mr. Poe, the mascot of the Baltimore Ravens. So so I put this as I'm thinking, I'm like, this is a high level goofy. And this is a high level goofy because we talk about preseason and we just want everybody to be healthy. Somebody make some buzz, somebody make some noise. We just want everybody to be healthy. But ain't no way in hell your mascot was supposed to be the one of all people to not finish the game and not be healthy. Listen, at the end of the day, this could have all been for theatrics. This could have been theatrical. Oh no.
Just,
no.
Yeah, just got him.
What's that? I can't really see.
That's just him getting carted off the field, man.
Oh,
Just him getting carted off the field, man.
oh.
And it's in his uniform. That is the goofiest thing of all.
I think I getting into it. Yo, mascots be getting. Listen, hold on. Okay, so let me say this. Mascots be getting beat up, yo.
And they don't get paid a lot, do they? Do they get paid a lot?
I don't know.
Probably the perks way out, I guess. Maybe perks, free games,
incentives, and all that good stuff. They probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. We got to look that up. But mascots be having a rough life. Just be in the wrong place at the wrong time. But to actually be playing the sport and then getting hurt while in the suit, it would suck if we hear like he tore his ACL or his Achilles or something where he's out for
leave the mascot alone.
He's out for the season and he's on the PUP list. Like, or he's on the injured reserve list. This is too much. There's no way. They brought the card out. They brought the card out, guys.
He was hurt.
He was hurt.
Yes, Edgar and Allen wasn't there to help him. Okay, Edgar and Allen were not there to help Poe. Okay?
Allen was the one that tackled him. First of all, the little boy's name was Allen. All right, I'm gonna roll with it. The little boy's name was Allen. All right, tackled him, and now he got something to tell his homies on the first day of school. He tackled the Baltimore Ravens mascot and injured him. He made the team. Whatever Pop Warner team, AAU team, middle school team. I don't think it doesn't strike me as high school, but he's on somebody's team and he has bragging rights forever. But I think the goofiest part is them helping him on that goddamn cart and him driving off. Like, should we take a knee? Did anybody take a knee? Did anybody know? Because I heard you was gone.
Oh, nobody took no damn knee, man.
Hold on. Hey, Rod, tell the people where you was at, brother. Give
Rod,
them your story real quick.
Well, I actually didn't see him get tackled by the little kid. I was in the concession stand, all right, trying to get a nice bite to eat. And they doubled the damn prices, man. I mean, chicken damn near $15 at the stadium, man, at the Baltimore Ravens stadium. Ridiculous. But I didn't see it live. I caught the replay. I couldn't believe he got, towards ACL, but it is what it is, man. I mean, Edgar and Allen weren't there to help Poe. So that's how it go. Back to Crevonte.
Like, does workman's comp come into play? Is he gonna get paid time off?
Something.
Is it like what is it? Is he gonna come out in crutches week 1? I need answers.
No.
Is he gonna come out in crutches? Because that would be hilarious. Or like his arm in a sling or something. I think that'll be funny. But yo, if y'all know, please check in on Mr. Poe. We're sending prayers and speedy recovery for that good brother, because he goes out there every game and he shows out for his good Baltimore Ravens, and it sucks to see him go down like that by a kid and carted off on the field. like the real carted off. Hate to see it, but that was pretty interesting. He needs to come out. Person needs to come out and say, hey, what's his real injuries and what is his compensation? More importantly, I gotta hear it. And gotta see it. So that will be my high level goofy, and of course, Patrick Beverley. The Lakers picking up Patrick Beverley, and I feel like they're sliding Russell Westbrook in some way, and he's not gonna like it. I promise you, he's not gonna like it one way or another. He's not gonna like it. But those are my goofies of the week. Y'all know my line. There's a thin line between goofy and great. God damn it, these people on the wrong end of it. Got to do better. Got to get it together.
Man, you get it together. Leave our mascot alone.
That was Poe falling from out the sky.
Well, before we get out of here, one more thing before we go down the list of a busy week on the Flex On podcast. We got to talk about it, Raj, because our boy, the greatest white man of all time, better than White Jesus, better than Elvis, Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. was named number 1 on the list of top 100 players of the NFL for the 2022 season. Drop the mic, Raj. Well deserved. Dre, you approve. Raj,
I dropped the phone instead.
There you go. Yeah, drop the phone, baby. Tom Brady, number 1, baby, at 48,000 years old, most touchdown passes in NFL history, making unbreakable records. Take that, Tribal Chief. Take that, everybody else. He's the greatest white man of all time, better than White Jesus, and better than Elvis, damn it. And he is acknowledged here on the Flex On podcast, baby.
That's right.
You know what? He may be the damn Tribal Chief.
Well, he beat the hell out of the Tribal Chief.
He owns the Tribal Chief. He acknowledges.
He's beating the Tribal Chief.
But like I said,
it don't matter even if he changed conferences, AFC Championship game, Super Bowl. He said, "Acknowledge me."
Like I
Who's
said,
your daddy?
Tom Brady deserves to be the number 1 quarterback in all of football. He had one of the best seasons ever last season, besides Aaron Rodgers, and they got it right, man. They got the number 1 spot right. He deserves it, of course. I can't wait to see what he does this season. Can't wait to play him this coming season as well with the Buccaneers versus the Ravens. So, yeah, they finally got it right as far as the number 1 spot. As far as the list itself, I think Andrews could have been a little bit higher than what he was. I'm not sure why Lamar was that high. I would have dropped him a little bit lower because of the injury. And Tucker should have been a little bit high as well, because I think he was like 97 or something like that. But yeah, man. Congrats to Tom Brady, the number 1 QB in all of football and all of our hearts, and the best QB to ever do it. And I know Crevonte's over there looking like Curtis Jackson from the Curtis album. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. He'll get over it. But yeah, he's the best quarterback.
Byron gets on my nerves, yo.
No,
let it go, Jim.
Now I will say this: I don't think that Aaron Rodgers should have been the number 3 ranked quarterback. I think it still should have went to Tom. I think he should have been the number 1 because he had back-to-back MVPs. The Packers had the number 1 seed, so I think that Aaron Rodgers is still that guy, and that he should have been number 1. I think that Aaron Donald could have definitely made a push for being number 1, because we already know what Aaron Donald can do when it comes to the defensive end and making the play in order to secure the Rams as Super Bowl champions. So I think those 2 could have flip-flopped for the number 1 seed. The other rest of the top 10, I really didn't have a total issue with it, honestly speaking.
Hey, Mark, I just made you a mod in the chat. All right, be respectful, okay? Because we will take it away from you, goddammit.
Oh, you got the little wrench. You got the wrench next to it now?
Yes. Rod, we got some mods in the chat now. Mark, Miss Queen, Lamar's a mod. So shout out to the mods in the Flex On podcast chat. Working on getting some more, but we know those are people who are here each and every day and mods. So if you want to be a mod, let us know and we'll talk to the team about it. But I had to give those 3 while they was in the chat. Mod status. Make sure no goofiness goes on in the chat, because I don't catch everything. But if we catch you, get them out of here. Okay.
Yeah, unless it's Tony Khan. Okay. If Tony Khan is in the chat, he can come through.
Yes, because I want to fuss his ass out. But Crevonte, any thoughts, my brother? I mean, you just been kind of quiet, like Rod said, looking like on the
Look like Curtis from the Curtis album.
yes,
Well,
yes.
50 Cent, that is.
Goofiness. Listen, if we were talking the previous year, yep, I can see it. Not last year. I think this was one of the years where here we go. I thought this year of any other. There you go, Mark. It should have been Aaron Donald. It should have been Aaron bleeping Donald. I mean, and just the whipped cream and a cherry on top for what he did in the Super Bowl, because we all know Jamar Chase burnt Jalen Ramsey up. We seen it, but unfortunately,
and the thing is, he made the top 10 list.
Yes. I mean, that was consistency. That was consistency. Because really, the only person that really got him, I mean, and got we can nitpick or whatever, but Jamar Chase really was the only one that put it on him like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But if it wasn't for Aaron Donald, we'd be singing a different tune for the
be saying that the Bengals
for the Super Bowl, and that would suck for the AFC North. Like the Bengals out of nowhere, sheesh. But yeah, I feel like Aaron Donald, he's been playing his position better than anybody else has been playing their position in football, probably at least the last 3-4 years. So he's been pretty much top 3, and even been number 1. Number 1 as well. But I thought this year, of any other year, it was no doubt that he should have been number 1. I did not think Brady should have been. I thought Brady should have been around maybe 5 or so. I thought Patrick Mahomes at 8. Ooh, very disrespectful. Very disrespectful at Patty Mahomes at 8. And I hope he takes it very personally. This is the year to take it personally, because the AFC West. Oh yeah, take it all personal. Take it all personal.
And we don't play him this year.
Say that again.
And we don't play him.
Play him.
Good. Listen, dodge as many bullets you can, because the AFC is hard. It is a different, and AFC is a different animal.
But
I thought they reached with Tom Brady being number 1.
I mean, me and you basically echoed the same thing, because I said that I think that between Aaron Donald and Aaron Rodgers, I said those two could flip-flop it for the number 1 to me.
Both sure. I mean, Aaron Rodgers only had back-to-back MVPs, like you stated earlier.
Exactly. That was exactly my point. I said he had back-to-back MVPs. He had the number 1 seed with Green Bay. So I said Aaron Rodgers, I could see him. And then what you had said about Aaron Donald, I said he made the game-winning play, and then we already know what Aaron Donald requires for me on the defensive end. So, I mean, what he brings, sometimes I think we get sometimes caught up in numbers when somebody like an Aaron Donald, it may not show up in the numbers wise, but when you look at the totality of the game and you really study and know what he brings defensively and the problems, the
eye test, bro.
Aaron Donald's that guy.
The eye test, man. With defenders like that, it's the eye test. Yeah, like you said, a lot of stuff doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but being that type of disruptor in the middle is a complete offense destroyer, and he's been doing that for the better part of his whole career. I think he's tied for most defensive player of the years, I believe. I believe it's him, JJ Watt, and LT, if I'm not mistaken. And I think they all have 3. So he got a chance to get the almighty 4, but very much a Hall of Fame career.
Well, another episode in the books, fellas. Jersey Dre, episode 357 next. Actually, we won't be live episode 357 next week because it's Labor Day. But that Tuesday, Dre, we're going all NFL all night long, brother. Let the people know what we're doing. The 7th.
All right. We'll have an NFL special. We'll be talking about the various conferences. We'll be talking about divisions, who we think is going to be in the AFC, that representative out of that craziness that's going on right now with all the quarterbacks and all the movement that's been happening. So we'll give our Super Bowl predictions and take it from there, because it will be a great episode next week centered around the NFL.
Raj, social media wise, let the people know how to keep up with us before I run down a hectic schedule. I don't know when I'm asleep, but we're growing and we can't stop now, my brother. Let the people know how to keep up with us.
Hey man, if you're new, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell for notifications. Because we hit over 1,000, baby. Over 1,000 right now. We're doing big things. A lot of content coming up. Like Byron just said, it's going to run down all the hectic stuff that's going to happen. So keep tuning in, keep hitting that comment section. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you think about the Ravens. Let us know what you think about this engraving interview. Shout out to the show again. As always, we always appreciate him, and he's always been in our corner. So we definitely appreciate him. Subscribe to his channel, Engraving Viz. Definitely continue to keep on supporting.
Yes, big shout out to Engraving. Appreciate his support. Thank you for Team Keep It Clean, everybody that tuned in for joining us here tonight. Make sure you follow him at Engraving Viz. Let me just pull up his information so you can keep up with him as well. See all his videos, and you can see when he's live and all his post games and live streams as well. Engraving Vids. This week we will be live, of course, tonight, episode 356. We will be live tomorrow. College football preview. Myself, Crevonte, we may have an appearance from Dre and others. Wednesday, you know what time it is. Wednesday, we'll be live for AEW. Thursday, we'll be back. Clash of the Castles on Saturday. Live stream predictions for that. Friday, probably have a day off. And Saturday, 1 p.m., we'll be live for Clash of the Castle from the UK, breaking it down live with the Flex Zone crew. And on Sunday, probably live for All Out as well. And don't forget, Labor Day next Monday. We'll be back Tuesday, not for episode of the Flex Zone, but for NFL preview. We'll give our division winners, NFL conference championship preview, and we'll give our Super Bowl predictions, any over-unders, any MVP predictions, rookie of the year, anything we want to throw in there as well, and break it all down as only we can as well. We'll be doing that for college football as well, giving our Heisman prediction and our college football 14 playoffs, and talking about the new conference realignments and major storylines as well. Make sure, like Rod says, you hit that bell to keep track of everything going on the channel. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Most importantly, thank you. Welcome all the new subscribers. Appreciate you, Ravens flock. Dre, how can they start the day with a cup of Dre E with you each and every day on WEAA, the voice of the community?
Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. And I do the Flex Zone Sports Report at 9:20 on Mondays and Wednesdays. I just had Cal on, so I mean, people pull up and listen to us. The Flex Zone continues. We on all platforms, and we continue to push this brand.
Shout out to Mikkel, by the way. She's worked with ESPN, right, Dre? She's getting ready to go up to Bristol.
Yeah,
Big up, girl. Big up.
Congratulations.
Yes, big up to Mikkel. Part of the Flex Zone family, doing big things out in Bristol real soon. And we'll have to get on the show soon, see how our experience is going as well here on the Flex Zone podcast. Only place giving you sports how you want it when you need it. If you're in the chat right now, hit the like button. Hit the bell. Helps out the channel tremendously. Hit the subscribe button. And you see those emojis in the chat. You see the sunglass emojis. We're about to put the kids to bed. School is back in session. But we are the head of the sports podcast table. And just like Dre, we are the professors here on the Flex On podcast. Only place giving you sports, fellas, how you want it.
When you need it.
As I said, drop those sunglass emojis. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Hit the bell. Subscribe. Comment. Let us know what you think. Run it back if you missed the Engraving interview. He will be back this season. We will be live this upcoming season. Raj and myself, we will be live post-game for these Ravens games. Probably have other people joining us. Dre, Crevonte, whomever else wants to join us, let us know. We will be doing some live streams. I'm thinking about live streaming the first game, Buffalo and the Rams. Let me know if you want to join me. We'll be live for that as well. Week 1, first game of the season. Should be possibly a Super Bowl preview as well. Tomorrow we'll be live, college football preview. Wednesday, AEW. Thursday, Clash of the Castle. And Saturday we'll be live for Clash of the Castle and possibly on Sunday night for All Out as well. For Raj, our social media producer, senior producer, Crevonte here, captain of the Goofy Ship, the commander lawyer himself. And of course, Drizzy Dre, the Flex Zone Messiah, the super producer, executive producer, and yours truly, God's favorite host, the host of The Moist. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Thank you all for 1K again. We'll be live tomorrow for college football preview. Hit that bell, hit that like button, and to know when we will be live as well. And until next time, Anything else? We out of here, y'all. Peace. Thank y'all for the support.
Peace.
Good night, everybody. Thank y'all. Welcome all new subscribers. We out.
356 going down in the books. We hit 1,000, brothers. Keep it going.